Today we're going to be talking about using Desmos, which is a graphing tool, to find the solutions to our quadratic formulas, to our quadratic equations that we have. So before we start with that, we want to exactly find out what this means when we're graphing. If we have this equation, negative 3x squared plus 5x plus 2, what does it mean to graph it? Well, if we were doing this by hand like we were doing before, we would find our vertex by finding a negative b over 2a and plugging that in, and that point would be right here. And then we would find that our y-intercept is here at positive 2, and going the same distance over, and it's this point over here which is not exactly on that grid. We would see that it's graphing down. Our solutions to equations happen when it crosses the x-axis, right here. When it crosses this line, these are the points that are going to end up being our solutions. These are also called our zeros. You've heard mathematicians call these answers zeros. The reason why they call them zeros is if I highlight these 2 points, it is negative 0.3333 going on forever, comma, 0. This point over here is 2, comma, 0. This is why we call them zeros. We want to know when the y value equals 0. What is our x value? Now, if it is a quadratic, we can expect to have up to 2 answers. Now, that doesn't necessarily, we're always going to have 2 answers. Sometimes we're going to have 1. Sometimes we might have 0 real solutions. And we'll see the one problem where we have 0 real solutions. So how do we use Desmos? When we're using Desmos, we come up here in this line here and we type in exactly how it looks. Y equals negative 3x squared plus 5x plus 2. There is a little icon at the bottom left. Okay, you can see my arrow right now. I'm going to click on that, and there's my little number pad. We can square something here. If we want to use less than or greater than inequalities, we have this. We have pi. We have square roots. We can plug in different functions if we need down here, like sine or cosine. When we get more complicated things, that's what we do. So then the next equation is y equals 0.45x squared plus 5x plus 3. Now here, this one's kind of off the board. Oh, come on. Oops, it's still working good. Sorry, my iPad just went to almost 0%. So we need to adjust this. We can adjust the screen. There's tabs over on the right, make it bigger or smaller. And I can see more and more of my graph, or I can just shift it over in various places so I see it. Now, in order to find where our zeros are, I can come over and tab and click on the point right where it's crossing my x-axis. And it gives me the solutions. So my zeros for this function are negative 10.475 and negative 0.636. Negative 0.636. So here's my solutions here. If we want to write these as ordered pairs again, we can add the zeros at the end and use parentheses to distinguish our points. I know this might be kind of hard to see. Kind of like that. Negative 10.475, comma 0. Our last problem, we're going to see something different. This problem, look what happens. This one, same A value, B value, but my C value is 15. What I did here, I kind of just moved my graph up up 10 or 12 units from what it was before. Now, does this ever cross the x-axis? No. If this occurs, this is where we have no solutions, or actually no real solutions. In the next coming lessons, we'll learn how to evaluate things like this, what we call using imaginary numbers. But in this case, for right now, this means there's no real solutions. We have no zeros. So this is an example where we don't have an answer. Some problems do not have answers. So use Desmos to type it in, and you should get things that look like this.